Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we're gonna be talking about Iceburg from One Piece. If you remember, this is the guy that is he grows with Frankie, and we have this whole Water7 flashback and the story and everything with the shipwrights. He's the major in town at the moment. He was as well the person that Nico Robin, when she was kind of working for CP9 for a little bit for that saga, he's the person that she's gonna kill and assassinate because the instructions from the government and instructions from CP9, etc. So why do I want to talk about him, such a random person, at this point of the story with Egghead and with everything that is going on at the moment? I think it's very important because I think he's related to the ancient weapons, and I'm gonna kind of lay some facts about him and about the Water7 saga first, and after this I think I will start talking about the theory. Let's kind of figure out 1 second first the size of the body more or less. He's quite thin and built like this, so let's see, something like this. We will make as well Tyrannosaurus, that is his hamster pet that he found at the beginning of Water7 saga. Okay, like this. So I think Water7, it's a saga of mystery, it's a saga for lore, like Enies Lobby, it's a saga about Nico Robin, ancient weapons. Is actually the second time that we hear about ancient weapons, first time being Arabasta with Crocodile. And I think this is tightly connected because Nico Robin and the importance of Nico Robin for the story. We know that their mentor had the planners for Pluton. The planners, it's blueprints for a battleship. There is I'm basing this video in that very specific comment that is made by Iceburg in this moment in the story when Nico Robin is on top of him and is gonna execute him, is pointing him with 4 guns with the power of her fruit, and he's telling, I don't have the planners, I don't have the blueprints, I am actually these blueprints were created by the government, so if someone like you, if some people like you wants to revive them, we can fight back. Okay, so this is telling me, as you may have seen in many of my other videos, that there is actually 2 types of ancient weapons. We have Shirahoshi, that it's, as I said previously, it's let's say a human, let's say a person. There's someone who controls these powers. The other part is these monsters, the Sea Kings, this group of monsters, and then there's a ship or a place that you can fit many people to move to another place. Okay, so I think that's one type of ancient weapon, as I explained before, and then you have these mechanical weapons, as this guy is mentioning, these mechanical weapons created by the government to defeat the ancient kingdom. And this is very important because I think people is focusing in only the ancient weapon aspect of Shirahoshi, and forgetting about, I talk about this with Frankie video as well, forgetting about these comments from Iceburg and the blueprints. The blueprints are not a monster. The blueprints are not alive. In Wano, we go with Sukiyaki, with Oden's father. We walk down to the under Wano, to the old city of Wano, and we are with Nico Robin there, and we are with Law, and he explains there that he says, look, Pluton is there. Pluton is sleeping there. That means if he's sleeping or she's sleeping, it's telling me that it's something that is alive. If it is something that is alive, Pluton, that we know, the battleship, can't be sleeping. Only if this ship eats a fruit, but Vegapunk wasn't alive by the time that all these things happen with the fruit. So basically, what I think is going to happen is that because Iceburg is connected to Frankie, connected to the whole story of the blueprints, passing generation through generation, through master to master, shipwright master, I think there is a mini story with the CP9 and him after Water7, in what you have this guy having a dream that he hasn't explained before. It's like a crazy dream like his mentor had, and this is about creating a system for Water7 to be floating like a ship, and he's drawing already these blueprints to create this dream and help everyone to not sink. Not basically, the city is not going to be sinking anymore because they will be floating like a ship. That's very interesting concept. So Water7, as the name explains, Water7, it's said that the water levels are rising every year, a little bit, like in Venice. And what he wants to do is to avoid this. By the name Water7 and the comments about the city being built on top of the old city every time, Water7 is a coincidence, having 800 years of void century, there's 100 years void century 800 years ago. So if it is Water7, imagine if Water7 has been built on top of Water7 again. It will be Water1, Water2, Water3, Water5, Water6, Water7. Every 100 years more or less, they need to rebuild on top. They need to continue expanding the town upwards so they can survive. Very interesting concept, because what he wants to do is to make it float, but obviously he's not gonna make the whole level until the ground float. Probably he takes the surface, the area that is now at the moment on top of the water, and yeah, and we see that part there. Okay, there's a saying, there's a comment in Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, there's a comment in when Moria happens, and it's the dwarves were so greedy that they dig so deep that they awaken darkness. In this case, the Balrogs. No, if you know a little bit about the Lord of the Rings, they awaken the Balrogs, and then is when all the story about Moria happens, and they go into Moria, etc., etc. So, what if Iceburg is digging so deep to build this ship to make the city float, Water7, that he digs under Water6, Water5, Water4, he starts digging, and he finds underneath Water1, let's say, from 700 years ago, 800 years ago, he finds this massive battleship, okay, in ruins. I think it will be tightly connected to his story, because he, apart from Frankie, and apart from Tom, the master, He's the only person who actually has seen properly the blueprints and can understand what is the meaning of the drawings in the blueprints, what is the consequence of this act. So he knows the blueprint. So imagine a person seeing the ancient weapon Pluton from the blueprints in real life. I think that will be crazy, and I think that's what's gonna happen. All the mini stories, as we know, I think we have more or less the base. Let's change to a little bit of color now, a little bit of line now. So here, Iceburg is very, very connected to the story of the ancient weapons, because all the things that happen with let's do this pointy face that he has, with all the things that happened with Nico Robin. Why would he do this? Why would he actually reveal this? I think what we have here is a case of he is gonna reveal the truth to the world. He's gonna dig so deep, following his dream of saving Water7, that he will discover that these old cities below Water7, the previous water cities, they go so deep, all these years, that the weapon, as it's a battleship, I think obviously it was created in Water7, that is the place for the shipwrights. This as well, the hairline. So imagine if he finds this and then makes it public, because he's not scared of the world government anymore. The world government already several times tried to assassinate him. The CP9 was there with him to find these blueprints. Let's do this almond eyes that he has like this. He has been with the CP9, they tried to kill him, Nico Robin tried to kill him by orders of the CP9, by orders of the government. They wanted to eliminate him, and I think once this happens and he discovers that he's been lied and the government is not telling the truth about any of these things, he decides to believe in Luffy, believe in the Straw Hats, and help them. And he publicly says there, Luffy and Luffy's crew didn't attack me, I was mistaken, and please don't, just let them be, okay? So here, after that, he helps building the Sunny, etc., and he helps, he helps them after Anya's lobby, rescuing them and everything. Okay, so you are giving him a lot of importance. This is basically Frankie's brother, Frankie's real brother, and like in every story we have these brothers, this family that is helping and everything. Oda wouldn't give him a mini story about building a project that is gonna be done in a couple of years' time, like in real time is when the story is kind of gonna finish, because at the moment he has a new assistant because Khalifa left and everything, but things are going good for him. So it will totally fit for me if he actually gives him a little bit more of a storyline. Let's do here Tyrannosaurus, I think it's called Tyrannosaurus, is the hamster. Smiling there. Okay. So I think if he's not as scared, he finds this under Water7 building while digging to build his project. And how he's not scared, he makes it public and says, I've been already the objective of the world government. They already tried to kill me once. Why should I be scared if they can come to find me anytime? And we are super strong. The shipwrights here, Paul is there to help me. He has friends there to protect him as well. The Frank family is there to protect him as well. So you know, he's in contact with one of the Yonkos, so he's not scared anymore, and he's gonna share this this info with the world. And then this comes to Crocodile's hands. Crocodile is aware about this. Crocodile, the Cross Guild, goes there to take the weapon, because Pluton, this is Pluton what we're talking about, is what he was trying to find in Arabasta. So the shock of this, I think this is the best way, instead of my full theory about Crocodile having to get one of the ancient weapons, or maybe getting it from under one, or blah blah blah, and breaking the walls. It makes sense, but I think it will make more sense if this happens in this way, having different parts moving at the same time. Iceburg finding it, working in his project, Crocodile being aware of it because he actually heard the news from Morgan, because Morgan has been sharing this info from him, from Iceburg. Going there, the Cross Guild going there, these guys are not strong enough to defend themselves. He steals Pluton. And at the same time, I have a nice theory that I uploaded last week about Caribou working for Crocodile. At the same time, you have this guy, Caribou, that has given Crocodile all the info about the ancient weapons that he has, all the info about Shirahoshi, all the info about things in Wano that happened, all the info about Egghead and Nika, all the info of whatever is gonna happen now with Saturn as well. And Crocodile is gonna use that information, obviously. In what way? Imagine if Caribou, as I explained in my previous video, is kidnapping as well one of the Vegapunks in his swamp fruit. Imagine just for a second that. And it gives the information, it gives him the tools, it gives him everything, and then he goes and says, oh, this guy says, oh, we found Pluton. Crocodile goes, takes it, defeats the Frankie family, defeats Polly, everyone there. We don't see this in the story. This is maybe a mini story, or this is happening in the background while we are following Luffy in Elbaf, etc., etc. And then how Caribou kidnapped a Vegapunk, one of the Vegapunks, against his will, obviously, Crocodile is gonna make this Vegapunk create the Mother Flame for him, so he can power up this battleship called Pluton. This weapon, this mechanical weapon, as I always say, mechanical weapon, that it was created by the 20 Kingdoms, by the world government to be at that time. And let's do this as well, like this. Is created by these guys to be able to defeat the good guys. In this case, whatever happened with the Void Century, etc., etc. That will be very interesting for me, in my opinion, and very suitable for the story and for what we need. Let's do. You know that I always take a little bit of license, so I do the characters a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more in my style. So I wanna make very big legs, like this, very thin legs. I like always to work with this kind of type of shoes as well, small, like elegant man, like this. For me, I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and I wanted to do this video for a very long time, and I think now that they are revealing info about they are introducing more Cross Guild, they are revealing info about things that we've been waiting for a very long time. I think it's the correct moment and the proper time to talk about this as well. Let's do that. I forgot to do the buttons here. Yeah, I think more or less we got it there. Okay, feel free to tell me in the comments what do you think about this concept, about this idea, and I know it's very crazy concept and very crazy thing, but if you think about it, things don't fit. Things don't fit at the moment. So they are telling us this whole crazy, really nice lore about the weapons. Okay. But at the same time, this weapon doesn't fit. You can't tell me that there is actually one weapon that it was Shirahoshi ancestor on another mermaid, and then you are telling me that you have this other weapon, same concept, but it's a different type of weapon. No, this one is alive, and this other one is mechanical. No. When Robin is gonna kill him, and they are talking about, oh, the demon child, this and that, and Iceburg is all wrapped, it's on the floor, Nico Robin is on top of him, it's pointing him with the 4 guns, he's gonna execute him, and he said, let me ask you something, this and that, he's talking to her, he's telling, why are you doing this, good that we have this, so we can, if you, someone like you, awaken, and decides to revive, he uses revive, that means that it's alive. If it is reviving something, we have this other weapon so we can fight you back. And Nico Robin is like, I don't want to awake anything, I just want to know the truth of the world. And there is when he realizes, oh, what is going on here? What is going on here? So Iceburg is the key, and is the only person explaining, because we give for granted that Shirahoshi is one, Pluton is a battleship, and whatever is going to happen with, I'm not going to talk about Uranus now, but whatever happened with Uranus is the other one. That doesn't have to be like that. That doesn't actually have to be like that. This is looking really nice. Just want to maybe take a little bit of purple. I could have done the drawing in orange directly, because most of this suit, that I love this suit, is from one of the color spreads. And around him is the CP9 as well. This kind of posture. I always try to go for a base color, going with the character. I went with purple because I think purple is the color to identify Iceburg, like same color that Nico Robin. And yeah, but I think, to be honest, for this, because the suit, maybe I should have done it in orange, but it's okay. We just delete this a little bit, we just erase this a little bit, and we will, it's just a stripped jacket that we will do in a second. But first we need this with base color here. So I know what I'm talking about today, it's a little bit out of the ordinary in my videos, and it's going beyond and going inside the rabbit hole in this whole One Piece theory world. But I firmly believe there is this kind of information being withheld with Pluton, and the most hype weapon in One Piece is Pluton. Crocodile is what he wanted since day one, so it will be totally logic if Crocodile at the end ends up getting Pluton. No, it will be totally logic for me. So if this happens, let's start doing stripes. If this happens, there's no connection at the moment between Wano and Cross Guild, or there may be clues telling you, okay, these guys are gonna go to Wano and take Pluton, the creature, from under Wano and release it and control it. But actually they wouldn't be able to control it if it is a creature, and if it is a battleship that has been there sleeping for many centuries, they wouldn't be able to activate it, so will they need the Mother Flame? So it will make sense if this guy finds it, and you connect many important characters for the story in the same storyline, like Iceburg and Crocodile and Cross Guild. So if these guys actually if these guys actually find it while digging, building this water 8, we call it water 8, it's gonna be, and you follow the numbers, because Oda is always giving you clues. What is Frankie doing all the time? Is building Battle Frankie number 1, Battle Frankie number 2. Now, before a time skip, he was Battle Frankie 36, because he had these 36 numbers in the on the shoulders, and now is Battle Frankie 37. So it will make sense that his ancestor, whoever created this weapon originally, that it may be his ancestor or not, was doing the same. It was playing with the numbers, like Oda is always doing, playing with the numbers. Okay, so Water7 is because it's been built 7 times on top of each other, and we did this because we are sinking, and at the same time we are hiding the weapon that the government, because they are part of the government, because the government used this to win the war. So we are kind of trying this weapon here secure, the old one, unpowered. That's why they need the mother flame. At the same time, why I'm saying this? Because we have this crazy accident, execution in Lulusia of a full kingdom, that Imu, the king of the world, says, eradicate Lulusia, use this power, this mysterious power that we don't know what is it. It's an ancient weapon. If it is an ancient weapon, how is Imu controlling it? I wonder. How is this person controlling this? If we have no confirmation that actually Imu is a ancient weapon himself. That means she says we need the mother flame from Vegapunk to do this. That's saying there's a power energy force that Vegapunk has created that is powering up these weapons, because they don't have the original source maybe. And these mechanical weapons, this maybe is like the type of the arc maxim that Enel had, that Enel with his electricity power, that's another clue that Oda is giving you. Enel with the electricity power was powering the arc so it could fly. Okay, so if Imu is using the mother flame to power up this flying weapon that does destroy Lulusia, that it can be one of the 3 mechanical weapons, one being the Lulusia one being Pluton Battleship under Wano, and another one that is not shown yet, that it should be a land, like the monsters, like the beast, one in the water, one in the air, one in the land. And that will be really fit and really interesting. And who better person to find this Pluton Battleship of Frankie, that is our shipwright, or Iceburg, that is the, let's say, the most skilled or clever or the boss in Water7, basically, the mayor, the one who put together all the shipwrights, etc. So just think about it. I know this is a little bit crazy, but just think about it. Tell me what you think in the comments, and let's try to find reasons for, because he wants to help people, but I think it's not. I think it goes beyond that. Let's find a reason about why would you have some weapons being alive, being a being, and some weapons that are mechanical. Sorry. If you have this concept, I think it's because in total, as I always say, we have 6, and there were 3 and 3. 3 good weapons and 3 bad weapons utilized by the government to defeat the bad guys. That in this case, the bad guys were, I don't know, the D-clan, or the people who lived in this mysterious place that we don't know yet, and so Tell me what you think about this. Most of my theories I'm focusing about the ancient weapons because it's one of the favorite topics that I have for One Piece. I love it, and I find really interesting the kind of expectations and the build-up that Oda is doing since day one. And I don't think any other person than Crocodile should get those weapons, or at least one of them. We know, I don't think Imu has the control of Uranus. I think this is a replica, in this case, like this Pluton battleship. I think Frankie, in Enies lobby, when they are in the tower, he burns, when he spits fire and he burns the blueprints, but before he shows Ruchi and everyone the drawings, kind of saying, you know what is this, no? This is what you're looking for. And, you know, I can't comprehend in my head how one ancient weapon can be Shirahoshi, it's a mermaid, and another one is something that the shipwrights build. The mystery is resolved when this guy, it is very important in the story, is the brother of one of our main guys, the Frankie's brother. He actually confirms to Robin this. So Robin is aware. Robin is aware about Shirahoshi and about everything. And I'm sure she's wondering why Sukiyaki is telling me, look at that Pluton alive under Wano. Pluton is sleeping there. But at the same time, I have this guy that I know from Water7 that is telling me that they build this Pluton to fight back the weapons. So that's 6 weapons, total 6 weapons. Why you could finish his story and forget about him and don't do anything about him, but why would you do this mini story with the CP9 when the CP9 escapes, and obviously later you have them again in CP0 Aegis, but why would you have him drawing, finding another assistant and drawing these maps, and he says at the end of Water7, oh, I have this dream, I want to do this, Frankie, oh, this and that. Why would you say that? Because you are planning to do something else with Iceburg later in the story. And if digging, as the reference from Lord of the Rings, digging, he digs too much, and he ends up finding under Water7 this battleship that it was created there, it will make sense that it sleeps in this battleship cemetery that they call where they grow up, under that island. As well, important thing is why Pluton has been passed generation by generation for shipwrights to protect or to build just in case, as he says, but then you will leave it sleeping under Wano. It is very far from where you live, from where you live. It makes no sense. It will make sense that it is under you. It is under you. This is looking really nice. I think I almost got it this time. I am just gonna add some details. I'm gonna make him this because he probably is on the deck of the Sunny after building it. It's looking everything really nice. Even if we used this uniform from the beginning of the saga, I don't mind. But yeah, little bit of grass, little bit of ground here. Tyrannosaurus is there as well, really nicely done. And then I think let's see how it will look if we add a little bit of this line. Yeah, it's nice like this. I don't want to press too much, I just want to do subtle lines like this, so it's kind of framing a little bit of color, and then I may add a little bit more of dark tone there in a second to make it a little bit more red. Yeah, so I really enjoy the concept of the ancient weapons and the lore about them and everything that is happening and more that is going to be revealed soon. I think it's one of my favorite topics. and you can notice this if you watch my videos. And I'm trying to connect everything. I'm trying to just theorize, just play around, and have some fun, and see how I can, let's say, find the one piece. No, I want to see if I can fix things and see how things work, and it's very interesting for me. So if this guy is gonna be digging, I hope he finds the original Pluton underneath Water7, that it will be Water1 or original water town, and then Crocodile is gonna take it, he's gonna power up with Mother Flame that Vegapunk, the kidnapped Vegapunk, is gonna make for him, and then we have this powerhouse called Crocodile, able to fulfill his dream of finding Pluton, and at the same time fight against the government with their own weapons, because I think Crocodile is a man who has been tricked by the government and is being used by the government, and yeah, and it will totally make sense for me that is Crocodile the one who ends up stealing these from Iceburg, and to close the circle. This, I think as well, the poneglyphs are indicating, they can even indicate things about the mechanical ones, because everything was kind of being used at the same time. And in some poneglyphs you may find information about, okay, Shirahoshi, the mermaid, is in this place. They're telling you Pluton is in Wano. That in Arabasta, the poneglyph is saying Pluton is in Wano. If the poneglyph is telling you, the poneglyph that Crocodile wanted is telling you Pluton is in Wano. Okay? And Nico Robin confirms this in at the end of Arabasta, because when she's talking with King Cobra, King Cobra says, "Why did you lie to Crocodile? Why did you say this to him?" It is actually saying where is the location of the thingy. And she says, well, because I'm not interested in this, and what I wanted is to know the truth, that it is not explained here. He's just talking about the weapons here. Let's delicate here 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then you go to Wano. You find the Pluton there, but Frankie has the blueprints. Yeah. So something is going on there. Something is going on there. And I hope this theory is right, because he's one of my kind of, there's many people who has these kind of things that, oh, for me this one with the ancient weapons, and who is gonna take it, and who is gonna do this and that, ancient weapons, and the theory about Vista being with Blackbeard, that I have a full video and many other videos connecting this as well, please check it out. I think are my two main things, like my main theories. Like I would say, okay, this I firmly believe that is gonna happen. Okay, we are missing this bit here. Just if you see, just doing these lines, it pumped up a little bit more the tone of the jacket here. But anyway, we will do a little bit more, like this. And now I think we got it. After doing this, I think we got it. Well, as I said before, please comment below and express your views there, and tell me if I'm too crazy, or why not, or why yes, and let's open conversation about it, because it's a topic that it's very interesting for me, and it will be really nice to be able to discuss it here and see what you guys think and everything. So I paint this a little bit more like this, and we add a little bit of tone here. Yep, I think we got it. I think We are good here, we got it. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you liked the video. Please, comment about the theory and tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Thank you very much. Bye.